The FarStar Company, publishers, presents Coffee and Blood, Love Letters Between the Dead. Book 2 of 5, Part 1. A man must have his women to love without limits, or he dies. Notes from my grave. Demons took me away. They broke through the barriers that the Hermetics had taught me to build. Salt and candles and herbs and oils meant nothing to true demons, no matter how cute and cuddly they seemed to be. I watched as they pushed on the salt ring around the bottom of the oiled candle, spelled with prayers and sigils to hold evil out. I did not know it at the time, that it was also holding me out. Tells you a lot about me, doesn't it? And so the good magic of the Hermetics worked. It threw us all out of this world and through the door onto the nearest bridge. And the bridge took me towards the demon's world. There are lots of hells, and theirs was the nearest one. And as I fell, I noticed that I fall a lot nowadays, with cute little demons swarming all over my body, clutching, tearing, biting, and ripping my skin, my hair, and my eyes. The ghosts formed around us, and they, somehow, frightened the demons away. How a collection of someone's dirty laundry, a bunch of empty bed sheets, and used napkins could accomplish this, I had no idea, especially against things made of stone, with teeth like needles, and always, always, the red burning eyes. It must be a union requirement. So, empty bed sheets, used handkerchiefs, and dirty doilies scared the cuddly little demons away, and we fell off the bridge and into a warehouse. As warehouses go, this one was really large, I mean enormous. And it was staffed by other demons. These were more reasonably sized, at least to me, people-sized. And they really did need a union here because these guys were being worked to death, which is why they mostly looked dead, with mostly no skin and lots of muscle and tendons and veins showing where their clothes did not cover them. Looked like regular working stiffs to me. Complaining about the boss, the pay, the lousy hours, the crummy food, the things we usually all complain about. But these were dripping corpses. And then their boss arrived. I now understood why the ceiling was so high. The boss was 5 times taller than me when I'm standing, which I wasn't just now, as I had been dropped off the bridge about 20 feet above a concrete floor. Yes, it hurts. And he was mad, and he was mean. He took personal offense that his men were not working, so he ate one of them, whole, by popping the guy right into his mouth like a breath mint, and after a couple of deep crunches, he swallowed. And then he got bigger. I guess here you really were a big man by eating your own employees. The crew took this as a personal insult. It's amazing how easily insulted demons can be. And voiced their displeasure with their pal being chewed on. The boss settled this dispute by picking up the next worker and biting his leg off. This honestly did not seem to slow the worker down, even as he was tossed into the metal racks filled with merchandise. He just caught the railing, lowered himself back down to the floor, and got back onto his forklift and drove away. His pals got the general idea and returned to work as well. The boss went away, which is all I cared about. Me? I hid. Did I mention that I am not stupid? And then the ghosts came back like a school of fish. I thought maybe they were trying to continue their rescue of me. Boy, was I wrong. For empty linens, their combined attention managed to open another bridge, and as they startled me, and I stumbled backwards, I fell again. I miss those bridges, those doorways between a room in one world and a room in the other, where you can just walk through. Take a step, you changed worlds. Not today. Today, lots of falling. and the dirty sheets were peeling me like a banana. How they managed this I still do not understand, but they started at the top of my head and peeled my skin backwards and away and down. And as I fell through the multicolored sinkhole from the demon's warehouse to wherever, the ghosts were stripping me of my skin, and I was screaming. And I screamed even as my skin was pulled out and down over my mouth, snapping as my lips came away from my body. And I screamed. I screamed as they pulled the skin down over my arms and ripped it from my fingertips. And I screamed. I screamed as the skin was ripped from my chest. I screamed as the skin was pulled from my cock and my balls, and with a snap, the tip of my cock parted from my skin. And I screamed. I screamed as the skin parted from my asshole with a pop, and with my intestines were levered out of my ass. And I could not die. And I screamed. I screamed as the final bit of flesh was pulled from between my toes, and my toenails were snapped off of my bones. The FarStar Company, Publishers, presents Coffee and Blood, Love Letters Between the Dead, Book 2 of 5, Part 1. A man must have his women to love without limits, or he dies.